So first of all, this is my first time of attending the Africaribbean Investment and Trade Forum. Phenomenal initiative. This is its fourth edition. I understand, the first one had probably about 400 attendees, and this time there's 2,000 of us. But now I understand, why it's such an important forum. And I have to commend Professor Ram and his team for this initiative, because what it has done is literally help us understand the mutual benefits for Africa, for the Caribbean countries, of businesses, of governments connecting with each other. I was very struck yesterday on one of the panels when Alhaji Aliko Dangote mentioned that cement costs 3 times the cost in Nigeria here. That's an immediate business opportunity, and that's a proxy for many other things, because cement is very important for infrastructure. So I suspect the same thing for other products. The other thing is that where geopolitics is people are focused on their own countries. The US is focused on addressing its issues. Europe is working on issues about energy security. Africa, with its 6th region, the Caribbean countries, needs to focus on addressing its own issues. So if you take the banking sector, the banks in Africa, and particularly in Nigeria, the United Bank for Africa, Sterling Bank, Access Bank, Zenith, and the rest of them, they're all very modern banks. They're banks that leverage technology. They understand young people, and the Caribbean countries have a youthful population. So this is an easy market for them to enter and offer products that young people will like. The other thing which I thought was very fascinating was that the Prime Minister of Barbados, Prime Minister Mia Mottley, said that a number of the Caribbean islands are underpopulated from a skills point of view. So there's an opportunity for skills transfer from Africa. We're the same people. I mean, I've seen quite a few people here who look like, some of them look like Yorubas, some of them look like Igbo, some of them look like Urobo people, and I'm sure that they're probably, from, originally from Nigeria. I thought it was fascinating that the Prime Minister himself did his DNA, and they said that he's from Ghana, but I think he's probably from Nigeria, given that he's very decisive, he's very forward-looking. But jokes aside, the opportunities are enormous. I'm surprised that this hasn't happened before, but African Bank has shown the leadership, and I think both for nations, both for private sector leaders, this is the opportunity to better connect Africa and the Caribbean. As you would have experienced, a number of people experienced difficulty getting here by air because you have to go through a European city and maybe an American city before you get here. And so it would be lovely if our airlines can think about connecting here, if we can think about being able to ship things easily between African countries and the Caribbean countries. So connectivity for me is extremely important. Helping in infrastructure is another one. Providing consumer goods. So with a population, the Nigeria's population, which is over 200 million people, being able to provide extra services here, extra goods here is something that is easy for any business in Nigeria. But also it could be a port, the Caribbean could be a place where you establish plants so that you can then service the United States and Latin American countries. So the opportunities are enormous. Similarly, there's a lot that's happened. The Caribbean countries are known for a lot of things in the creative sector. I listened, I watched some of the cultural programs yesterday, and it could have been a troupe from Nigeria that was offering those programs. So the opportunity to work together, to learn from each other is absolutely enormous. So I think it's absolutely a great opportunity. So as the world is looking internal, we need to then focus on how we can connect better together and work better together. It's mutually beneficial to the Caribbean countries and to the African countries. I shouldn't even say to the African countries, because we now have a new term called Global Africa. Yeah, so to the sixth region of Africa.